Good morning, Tim.
Morning, dude. Almost done with my papers.
You want to have a smoke?
Do I want to have a smoke?
Yes.
Yes. Do I have cigarettes?
Do you?
No.
Oh.
Let me actually ask him real quick, because he did owe me quite a bit.
What type of smoker do you consider yourself to be?
A rare social smoker, I would consider myself.
I'm a rider, girl, gotta face the streets tonight. Oh, goodbye, beloved one. Do you know what I am? You don't see my face.
No.
Why do you smoke?
Because I'm addicted. It first started because really peer pressure. A lot of people were doing it, and so I joined in. Nowadays, of course, the addictiveness just steps in.
I do not smoke because it is a disgusting habit.
Why'd you start smoking?
I thought it would make me look cool at part. I'm completely serious. And then actually, like, I don't know. Then stress factors when I got to school, mostly.
I mean, everyone smoked, and which was very strange because coming from my family, like my mother especially, is very, very, very against smoking because her mother died of lung cancer from smoking. And when she described it to me, she was smoking 3 packs a day, which I completely understand why she died of that now.
Like, I never understand how the fear of cancer does not, like, drive people away from cigarettes. So that definitely is another thing, just the thought of, like, having, like, a hole in my neck later on because I thought I needed to be cool and, like, smoke cigarettes is ridiculous.
Have you ever tried to quit or considered it?
A little bit, but then I didn't. There's a certain feeling when you smoke a cigarette, relief, mainly with stress, and especially when you're smoking with friends, it's a great, I don't know, it's just a conversation piece, I guess, something you can talk while doing.
Someone is actively smoking when I'm having a conversation with them, the conversation is going to be shorter than if they were not.
I feel like there's a certain, like, image, like, smoking where like, kind of, for going back in the day, it was, like, considered very glamorous and, like, posh and very sophisticated. So sometimes when I go out, I, like, kind of, like to do that because it's like fun sometimes.
Consider yourself a social smoker, an addicted smoker, or a non-smoker?
A little bit of social, a little bit of addictive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many cigarettes do you smoke a day?
Probably 5 to 10. It really varies on stress levels and what I'm doing during the day.
I didn't expect, like, people to be extremely addicted to cigarettes at that young of an age.
I do. Because to me, it's one of those things where I either see them as completely idiotic, unless it was, like, back in the 70s you started smoking, because everyone smoked then, I understand that. They didn't really understand the health effects then, but, like, now, people that start now and that are, like, our age, I'm like, what are you doing? Because it's like, you're either very, very insecure and at some point in your life needed to feel like you were cooler than, like, other kids your age, or you're just an idiot and you started smoking. The Italians smoke pretty heavily, as well as New Yorkers, but Italians do it in a very Italian way where they sit down and they enjoy their cigarette and they smoke for a while, and then New Yorkers here are just, like, frantically trying to get through their cigarette to throw it on the ground and keep walking. And
is there anything you don't like about your habit?
It's pretty costly. The smell? Do not like the smell. It attaches to your skin and clothes. Anytime, really. I have preferred times if that's what you're asking me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
As
I'll definitely smoke after, like, I drink coffee. That's a good time. After a meal. Or when I'm drinking, social events, you know, anything like that. Or, you know, after class. Anytime, really.
When I go out and drinking and I just want to put my lips to something, but no one's volunteering.
I'm a rider, girl. Gotta face the streets tonight. And you can just edit the sound out, by the way.